Hey everybody, it's Regan Sample, your Longmont area realtor, and I'm with Jennifer Asbury, a local mortgage broker. And today, we're talking about our market conditions, how things have changed a little bit. And one thing that we've seen is that people that want to step up, get that bigger house, or people that want to maybe step down, get a smaller house, or get rid of stairs, they've had a challenge, they've had a struggle, right?
Absolutely. I would think a lot of my clients have said, well, I would sell, but I don't know where I would go.
Yeah. But it's funny, like the market's kind of changed a little bit. It's become a little more balanced. But I know I've had clients that, they're busting at the seams in their house. The kids are getting bigger. They need more space. And we've gone out and made some offers, and they're getting way outbid with these irrational offers. And they aren't able to compete. So then now they're afraid to sell their house.
That's right. And the good news is that those irrational offers, it's getting a little bit better.
Right? I think it's better for buyers that way, so they can get a chance in there. But it's made them scared to list their house because they know what they've started to learn or teach themselves over the past year is, I list my house on a Thursday, I'm gonna get offers on Friday, Saturday, I'm gonna sell it by the weekend being over, and now I won't have a house.
Right.
Even if I have, you can have, after you close, you can have an agreement to stay in your house for 30 or 60 days. But then they think, I've already made 5 offers, I haven't gotten it accepted, it's already been 60 days I've been looking. Even if I'm allowed to stay in my house for 60 days, will I even get a house?
Exactly, and obviously the rental market is tight as well. So one of the things that I'm seeing a lot is a client has a lot of equity in their house. Mm-hmm. And I'll give you an example. I had a client who had literally bought their house in 2009 for $165,000.
Wow.
And when they actually sold it, they sold it for $550,000. So huge difference,
right?
Right here in Longmont. And the client had a lot of equity, but they were looking to build. They had a baby on the way, they had a 2-year-old, and they needed to buy that next house, and they were looking about the $750,000 range. So what we did was we did a bridge loan on their existing house, and I have an option to do bridge loans actually up to $500,000. In this case, we did one for $250,000. It was very low cost. A lot of bridge loans are really expensive, but this one is really low cost. And we did the bridge loan. They were able to then put $250,000 down on the new house before they sold, so they didn't have to sell right away. They ended up wanting to sell right away because they wanted to get rid of that payment on the bridge loan, but it's only interest only, so it's very low payment. And they literally put their house on the market while the new house was under contract. And literally within a week after their closing on the purchase, they sold their other house, paid off the bridge loan, smooth as sell.
See, and that's the thing I think people need to be aware of too, is then find local people, ask questions, and
it's all about finding a solution for their specific situation.
Totally. And if it sounds too good to be true, then ask someone else. Because there are a lot of people that sell, unicorns and rainbows and make promises they can't get to and they can't meet. But I think people forget, if you're looking to move to a different house and you've got equity built in, you can use that to your advantage. And to sit back and say, I can't move, I'm losing on these offers, and just to sort of get you paralyzed. There's a lot of tools that you can use, and there's people that are out here to help. So.
And it was at a very low cost. I had another loan very similar to that, where the clients, they'd been looking for 2 years for a new house, and they actually went under contract on the new house. We did do the bridge loan, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
We did $250,000 in that case. They actually put another $250,000 into the purchase, but because of that, they're buying $1 million house. They had $500,000 down because of not only the bridge and the additional cash. And then once they sold their house, they had that extra equity and they could put on the new deck and renovate the kitchen and do other things that they wanted to do.
Sure.
So it was really cool. And they've been looking for 2 years. And in this market, they got their offer accepted. So things are changing a little bit, and that was really good.
And that's a good point too. So people talk about the market, they see on the news, the housing market's crashing. It's not crashing. It's more stabilizing, where we've had this just ramping up of increase of appreciation in price, the irrational offers, the waiving of protections, like saying, I won't even do an inspection, I take it as is, when really, if you're buying a house, do an inspection. If you're buying a car, a used car, you're gonna look under the hood.
You get a Carfax.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get some information so you can at least make a decision. Even if you're not gonna object, at least get it where you can know what you're walking into. But the normalizing is great because it's still a busy market for selling. People are always moving here. The supply is limited, the ability to build is limited. But now when you're selling and buying that next house, you have a little more leverage.
Absolutely.
And you're not gonna have to overpay or like see a house listed at $750 and think, guess I have to throw $1 million. Like, no, you can actually come in list price and
Well,
like,
and that's the other thing is that you have a bridge loan. You don't have to have that cash in your pocket, but it looks like you have a lot larger down payment. So
Yeah.
as compared to another offer that has a very small down payment, you win.
so yeah, absolutely. So you can use your equity, you have a good down payment. It's not as competitive as it was. So don't let articles or whatever you're hearing, like, I mean, be aware of what's going on, but don't let it stress you out. Don't let it worry you. Talk to someone who knows what's going on. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's time to just move up. It's time to scale down. If it's the right time to do it, then talk to the right people. So
Absolutely.